and all three of us here live on the show. Welcome, everybody. It's a 12 Points Livestream broadcast show brought to you by the Northeast Georgia Council. And this is a live stream where we talk a lot about scouting things upcoming and your next big adventure, how to be prepared for your next big adventure to Northeast Georgia and beyond. You're joined by, of course, yours truly, Daniel Victorio, our council program director, Phil, and the illustrious Appalachie Roundtable Commissioner and Cub Master Extraordinaire and soon to be Scoutmaster, Mr. Scott Sheeran. Everybody, give him a big welcome and round of applause! Yay! There's applause here. Yeah, there it is. You see, I gotta find I gotta find all the sound effects that go along with it. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's our holiday gift guide. And on this episode, we might be doing this kind of in two parts as well. I'll tell you, because when we do the December broadcast, you might have some more ideas that we didn't think of on this show, and that's perfectly okay. So stick with us, stay tuned. Be sure to drop it down in the comments if you're live and on board with us. And if I guess if I miss it somehow, Phil or somebody let me know so we can flash up your shout outs. Let's do the shout outs here live on the broadcast. And also it works better if you're commenting and asking questions. This show is usually about tips, tricks, and best practices on how you can be best prepared for your next big adventure to Northeast Georgia and beyond. And we hope we help you in some way. If you find value in this type of programming or live streaming, we hope you'll hit that like button. If you're joining us on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button and click that bell for notifications. We're going to go live, multiple times throughout the year, right, guys? Speaking of, don't forget to drop your shout outs, your likes, your questions down in the comments below. We're going to do them live on the air right here in the broadcast. Somebody drop one down there to test it, make sure I'm seeing it right, so I don't forget how to do this. If you're not already, follow along with us. Visit us on the web at nega-bsa.org. And hey, I got some QR codes throughout the show. Take your phones out and get ready to scan if you're watching us on the TV or on the big screen. And be sure to capture that along the way. Every time we mention something that has a link that you need, we'll throw up a QR code and make sure that you know how to get there so it's easy to find. If you're watching us on the rebroadcast, we will put in the, especially on the YouTube page, in the description, we will put time code so you can skip ahead for the stuff you really want to know. So we'll continue on if that's okay with you guys. This segment is brought to you by the Popcorn Sellers of the Northeast Georgia Council. Congratulations to the Popcorn Sellers of the Northeast Georgia Council for helping us to reach our sales goal. And what that means is when we reach our sales goal, Phil, you may help me explain this, but when a pack or troop reaches their sales goal, obviously the big adventure is funded, for the most part in the year. In a typical Cub Scout pack, it might mean that there are no pack dues, right? That's really the goal. But when the council as a whole reaches its goal, it means that more scouts will be invited to join. More kids throughout the 26 counties will have the opportunity to be a scout. And then, of course, we benefit by funding our properties projects and improving our camps, right, Phil?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Popcorn allows us to do a lot of amazing things at our camp. A lot of the projects that you see and the new things that come in camp are a direct reflection on the popcorn sales and what we're able to spend and how we're able to improve our camp. It's a big deal when scouts sell popcorn, not only for their own benefit to help pay for scouting, but also to our camps. And you see that direct reflection how good and great our camps are.
Absolutely. That's Scott, how did pack 511 do in the popcorn sale this year?
Fantastic. This was one of our best years since before COVID. So
wow,
we're able to put some work into our new pack trailer that we inherited, our new to us pack trailer, I guess.
just so many benefits all around. And it's because we have some dedicated parents and volunteers out there that our kids can get out and sell a lot of popcorn. I don't think I went to a Kroger or a Walmart throughout the season without seeing kids. I try to stop by and drop a little something in the bucket every time, just so I
Yep.
don't have a truckload of popcorn driving around the district. I don't need any more popcorn. But I really appreciate and congratulate all of the popcorn sellers of the Northeast Georgia Council on a job well done, everybody. Some of you still
Yeah.
have some popcorn to sell, but keep up the good work. And you have till the end of the year to sell. So one more big round of applause for those. I'm having trouble with the slides today.
Yeah, we're
Sure
testing out a new system. It's all good.
On today's show, it's the holiday gift guide, and if you're joining us, we want you to add your comments below to the show, and make sure Scott says, "Hey" from Pack 511. Oh, okay, it's Scott testing out the commenting feature. Thank you. All right, big shout out. If you're joining us live, drop it down in the comments and let us know what your holiday gift ideas are. We'll continue on though with news from the month and some slides from pictures that we captured off of your Facebook feeds, Cub Scout packs and Boy Scout troops out there. And looks like we had a big month this month. On sale now as part of the gift guide. We hope you'll shop on our online store for the 90th anniversary collection. It's on sale now. We have just a few left, right, Phil? Do we have?
Yeah, just a few left, and this is a perfect stocking stuffer idea.
Oh
If you
yes,
need
gosh,
something
a
for your
great stocking stuffer, a beautiful collector's edition. And once we're out, we're out. So this is 2025 is the 90th anniversary, and I'm surprised that we even have any left. We have just a few left in both the Lawrenceville and Pendergrass Scout shops. So be sure to get yours. You can ask for it online or give us a call at either one of the Scout service centers, and we'll make sure to set one aside for you. So, continuing on in the program, let's go to news. Phil, Scott, we got a bunch on here. I will tell you, the best. It leans a little heavy on Chattahoochee and Appalachia this week. So hey, other districts and other packs of troops out there, you got to share the love and share your adventure with us so we can get you all on there. But before we move on, let's go on to Phil has a prize. Phil, this is just going to be a regular segment. I know you didn't really ask to be on that, but Phil has a prize. It's actually I'm actually holding the prize for Phil. Phil, how do we give away the prize today?
So, as we end the year 2025, we're almost there. 2026 is a big year in American history, and Scouting is going to be celebrating that momentous occasion. Does anyone know what big deal it is in America in 2026? What kind of anniversary it's going to be
And the
for our
prize,
country?
it's an American anniversary of
It's
some
a,
kind. We're going to be celebrating it in the scouting world as well, with
yep.
commemorations of this special event next year. Drop that down in the comments and let us know. Phil, that doesn't count. Uh, sorry. If you're live with us on the program, drop that down in the comments and win this week's segment of Phil has a prize. And actually, I meant to show you what you're going to win here today is,
That's
of course, and let me spotlight here. Is this? It's the Wise Outdoors cook set. It's actually one pot, one frying pan, one. It's got a pan cover. I don't know what that is. Two bowls, a soup spoon, a bamboo handled spoon, a cleaning loofah, one nylon bag, a carabiner, and a folding stainless steel spork. That's probably all good things to have. So a cook set basically to have. And I've got actually two of those on the show today. When you drop it down in the comments on the question that Phil asked a moment ago, you will win the prize. And I don't know where Phil went, but I'm sure he'll be back There he is. Phil, you're back.
Right
Okay.
here, like I never left.
Like he never left. So, okay, let's keep on in the show today. That was Phil has a prize. In the news and notes, looks like over the I guess over the last month, it goes all the way back to the last show here, Chattahoochee District, troops and packs all around. Actually, I saw a ton of pictures. I only captured the two here. The one on the left there, Troop 26 and 16, doing it looks like a flag retirement ceremony on Veterans Day, and also Troop 228 doing a flag retirement ceremony. And actually, there were probably a couple handful of folks um, doing those. Let's see, we got somebody joining us a little late. Said, what was the question? We're gonna do
Oh,
that for you. Hold on, we're gonna take it back here. Give me just a second. Let's go back right here. And Phil, let's go back to the top of Phil has a prize. Phil, remind
yeah.
us the question again.
Yeah, the question is, as we get to the end of 2025, the Americas, we're going to be celebrating something big in 2026. It's a big anniversary year. What are we going to be celebrating, both in scouting and as a country as a whole next year? What will we be celebrating to win that amazing cook set?
And you're going to win the cook set. Okay, moving on. We're on Phil has a prize. Talking about news from the month. Troop 26 and 16 and Troop 228. Congratulations and thanks for posting pictures on your Facebook feed. We got a couple pictures here. I don't know who was doing the photography this weekend at the. I didn't mean to go back
It
on
was
that one.
Susie Wiggs was doing a lot of it, so there's a good chance
Yes.
either
Okay.
Susie or maybe yeah, probably Susie.
Just really great photos on the Mwogo page. This is from Mwogo Lodges, the Order of the Arrow, our lodges. Um, this is the Fall Fellowship at Scoutland on beautiful Lake Lanier. And this is the kitchen crew right here,
Yep.
fixing, looks like breakfast. Is that breakfast?
Yeah, it looks like the breakfast potatoes that we had on Saturday morning.
Man, gosh, there's so much food and they do such a great job. Thank you to all of our arrowmen that were out serving this weekend at the Fall Fellowship. And I guess, did we have ordeal? Is that
Yeah,
what this other,
it
this
was
is,
it was an ordeal weekend.
sir? Yeah.
This right here is the new Back Family Memorial Ring at Scoutland. It's an
Oh,
actual beautiful job that the volunteers did. It's right on the lake. You're not going to get a better view for a ceremony with the Order of the Arrow, and the kids really enjoyed being out there.
wow, that is a really beautiful photo. Thank you for whoever shared that one with us. And thank you again to all of our airmen who made it out this weekend to the Fall Fellowship, and for our ordeal weekend. Scoutland, obviously, our other camp, beautiful camp, and probably much needed support on the Fall Fellowship weekend. So we thank our airmen for being out there. Looks like I'm not sure. It says Blair J.S. semi quincentennial of the Declaration of Independence 250.
That is it right there.
That's it. Oh,
250
that,
years.
and that was the one, everybody. Okay, congratulations. Blair, DM me so I know what pack or troop you're in, and I will get your prize to you as quickly as possible. So, all right, well, we'll continue on. Here's in the news and notes section, Troop 5109 doing cooking merit badge. I think this is out at Buford Presbyterian. And it looks like
Looks like
they had a couple of different pictures of this, but a great job. They actually had one where they're cooking around the fire ring also, but all those girls cooking their fine outdoor victuals and probably getting ready for their next camping trip so that they don't have to eat Pop-Tarts and, cold food. Is that right? Probably.
I think so.
Yeah, that's very good, ladies. And thank you again for sharing. That's Troop 5109. And this is Troop 16 and 5016, 5016, I guess, if you will. Boys Troop, Girls Troop. I think I see Doc Bruner there in the background. Is that, and they are headed to Neal's Gap on the Appalachian Trail. I think this past weekend they were doing that. So
Mhm.
very good. Good job. Thank you for sharing that. So a little hiking and outdoors. Beautiful picture of of the mountains here. I guess if you're at Neal's Gap, you're probably going to Blood Mountain. Is that what this is right here, guys? Do y'all
I think
have it?
so.
So that's probably a view from the top there.
Yeah, this was the weekend to be outside. It was
No
absolutely
kidding. Wow, it
perfect
was
weather.
really beautiful. It was actually just a really beautiful weekend. So, the Blair mentions Phil did a great job with breakfast this summer at Scoutland for the aquatics weekend. Oh, very
Yes.
good. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for mentioning that.
Looking
This
good at
is
Scoutland, like always.
Oh, hey, Scott, I think you're running around somewhere in the background of this photo. This is Troop 514 hosting their new scouts, but they were at the fire station um, in Lawrenceville and as guests of our fire department there. And they were showing them all the big trucks and all the equipment, which is always a mesmerizing and pretty cool show. They actually have a lot of cool um, stuff in this particular firehouse, but then we had some new recruits for Troop 514, which are going to be taking over soon. Scott, right?
Yes, sir. February it is. But that was a really cool experience. They were at Station 20, which is the hazmat
That's what it is. Yeah.
fire station near us, and they were working on their fire safety merit badge.
So yeah, they have all they're the central, I guess, hub of all hazardous materials handling around Gwinnett County. But and so they had different trucks there than they have at the regular fire station. So I thought that was pretty cool to share. Troop 514, big turnout with their new scouts and their uniform scouts. Obviously, here's something you were also at, Scott. I don't know if I see you in the background or not, but tell us about what's going on here.
Yeah, this was our Webelos and AOL transition fair for Appalachia. So we had an awesome turnout at Collinsville High School. Lots of troops showed up, lots of Cubs showed up, and it was a fantastic time for them to be able to meet and greet with some of the troops that they have the opportunity to go visit. Because that was my key that I told all of the Cubs. I said, this is a great way to learn about the different units that are around. Now it's time to go visit them. You want to go see
Yes,
them at home.
absolutely. Well, so I know, of course, Appalachia does this. Sweetwater District does it. I didn't see any pictures from their fair. I know that they had probably a ton of people at it.
Yeah, I was there for a few minutes. They had well over 200 people there. It was a
Whoa,
huge
I knew
crowd.
it. Yeah, they're a much bigger district than we are. We topped out at. We actually had a couple scout leaders standing at the door, just really like head counting every person that walked in. Total official head count 168 at the
Awesome.
Appalachia AOL and Webelos and AOL Transition Fair. This is a great event, and it's our biggest for Appalachia. It's our biggest roundtable of the year, and just a great way to be exposed to scouting and what roundtable really is, but also a chance for the AOLs to meet. Every troop in the district was there at our transition fair. So that was so that's a good thing. I hope eventually every district will put on something like this if they're able to. Scott says, love these discussions. Thank you for joining us, Scott, longtime viewer and longtime scouter in the Northeast Georgia Council. Thanks for being on with us today. We're in the news and notes section, but we're talking about the AOL Transition Fair at the Appalachia District. Again, I wish I'd put more pictures of it, but this was a huge space. They had a giant TV in the back of the Commons area at Collinsville High School. And so, of course, our regular roundtable slides were pumping out on this huge screen.
Yeah. There's like a jumbotron at a sporting event. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, so a lot of good promotions going on there at the same time. So great event. Thanks to all the scouts and the AOLs and parents come out to meet the scout leaders and youth leaders from each one of our troops. So I want to say thank you and a big shout out to the troops and packs that participated in that this week.
So. For sure.
This is Pack 151, and they're lining up in the freezing cold to put flags out at, I think this is Memorial Park Cemetery in Gainesville. And so that's a hard ask, on what's supposed to be a pretty simple, fun project, and it is freezing cold outside on Veterans Day. So it was really nice this weekend, but could you imagine taking little kids out? So thank you. Pack 151. If you saw this in your Facebook feed, there was the parent that posted this actually had kind of a heartfelt message that went along with it, how proud they were of their scouts for braving the cold and really showing appreciation for veterans on Veterans Day. So what a great way to mark the occasion, again, from Chattahoochee District. But thank you again, Pack 151. Little spotlight. And that just brings me to this point here. It's a spotlight on you. The news and notes section is all about what's going on in and around the 26 counties of the Northeast Georgia Council. And if you've got something that you're doing out on the big adventure and somebody that's taking photos or pictures out there, be sure to drop those in our feed. You could DM them to any one of us on the Northeast Georgia Council page, Facebook page, or if you have our email address, you can email it to any one of us on the show. Send us your pics and be a part of next month's show on the 12 Points live stream. It's always on the Sunday following your regular round table. So, and this is the only place where we do the news and notes section, and we highlight the scouts from around the council. So, thank you everybody for participating. What would normally be on this show, the tips and tricks section, is our annual holiday gift guide. I wish that the music selection were a this is where I wish that it were like kind of my Christmas music is my favorite genre. Old stuff. Nat King Cole singing Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire is probably, many people will argue the point with me. Probably the greatest song on American radio. And it comes on every year. So, I long for... I start playing Christmas music, by the way, like on July 5th. So, anyway, I know that sounds crazy to some people. We shouldn't be doing this until after Thanksgiving. But, it's the November broadcast. We got to start somewhere. So, and I'm a little crazy for Christmas time. So that's what we're doing today. It's the holiday gift guide, giving the gift of adventure here on the 12 Points live stream. So join in. Guys, this is where we sort of take down the slides and go. Well, we're going to go to the three of us here on the show. And so as we're going along, we'll just go around the room here with your holiday gift your holiday gift ideas. I took the music down for just a second. Phil, why don't we start with you? Do you have a gift to show and tell with us today?
I don't have anything to show, but one of the things I love is it's the opportunity to give something maybe kids been looking to get. They haven't quite thought about it, but a good backpack is something I'd love to get during Christmas time. That's absolutely one of the favorite gifts that I got when I was a scout. I was probably 11 or 12 my first year in the troop, and we were getting ready to do a trip on the AT, and it was right after Christmas time, and I was able to get that backpack for Christmas, and it was a great thing. It was a great fit.
So yeah, I always just being an avid outdoorsman and hiker, I always suggest that you wait a couple of years into a Scouts BSA participant's life so that they grow just a little bit taller, and you don't have to get them a little kid's backpack and then buy them the adult backpack that they really need when they're on the trail. But you also don't want to get them a backpack that's too big, because they tend to overload it. Like they put too much stuff in it. What say you, Scott, on the subject of backpacks? I've got a couple of backpacks in the closet I didn't break out, but backpacks in the gift guide. We're going to show off some pictures of what we think later, but
that's always a good one for them Weeblos and AOLs that are getting ready to come over to Scouts.
Absolutely. So let me just absolutely. So it's so funny that you brought that up, because it was the one thing I pulled out of the shop today.
Oh, look at that.
Ooh.
This is actually my traveling first aid kit, but I have noticed these like camouflage, kind of military style, I guess you could call it. What do they call, like the preppers call it, like a bug out bag, right?
Yeah. Something you can grab easily.
Amongst the boys, maybe not so much for the girls, but I noticed that these are very popular. Like the number of like day packs or bug out bags that I see that scouts carry, and it looks a lot like this. And I think the cool part about it is like, or that like this one has like the Velcro on it, so they put the interchangeable patches or whatever on it, like just like how
Yeah.
the military puts their rank or whatever on the outside of it. Lots of pockets, lots of storage, very heavy duty. This I use this actually now as my first aid kit. I got this from the sergeant major, one of my family members that gave it to me. But and I keep all my first aid stuff in, kind of filed and updated inside this. It goes to day camp with me. It goes to summer camp. It never actually never leaves the truck when we're doing a lot of scouting in the outdoors. But that style backpack, I think, is a perfect gift guide if it's not the first hiking style backpack. Rose is a longtime viewer joining us on the show. Always love these gift ideas. We've got some good ones for you today. So, Rose, you missed it earlier, although I'm sure you would have gotten it. But the segment on Phil has a prize. We showed this as a gift guide, or as the giveaway. This was the giveaway. We actually have a second one, and so we're going to give away two today. The first one went to Blair earlier in the show on during the segment. Phil has a prize. We're going to do another one of those towards the end. So stay tuned and stay with us. Drop down in the comments and be sure to do the shout outs and participate along with us in the show. I think, especially a new crossover or a scout that's about to cross over when you go camping, this is one of those camping essentials that you must have when you go on your first camp out. You gotta have a mess kit, right? And so that's why I love showing this one off, because it's like the brand new one, but it's just your mess kit, by the way, doesn't have to be doesn't have to be real elaborate. Rose says, "Ooh, that's fancy." Yes. You're going to have a chance to win one, so stay tuned and stay with us, Rose, because by the way, Phil, you got to come up with another Phil has a prize segment towards the end.
Okay.
Jennifer adds here, I was making an Amazon list at Baloo, window shopping everyone's gear. Oh, that is
That's
a great idea, by the way. So when
That's a
you
really
go to
good
one of these trainings, and it's funny, I make fun of people because they're always showing off the gear, all showing off their gear. I would go in one of my old districts. I mean, it's very popular amongst the scout leaders to show off the newest camp chair. I had this $5 Walmart chair that I replace once a year, and they would bring out these like shock absorbing rocker chairs that fold into the size of a credit card or whatever. That's just a holy cow. This whole district was like this down in a different part of Georgia. But anyway, they were all about the chairs. And so, gosh, I could show you a collection of camp chairs. It was like a weird camp culture that I had never just never been a part of before. So you're joining us on the 12 Points Livestream holiday gift giving guide, and we're giving the gift of adventure, but we're talking about gift ideas today. And so sometimes when you get a gift, like I got one of these. I got one of these. This I got as a gift during day camp, by the way. But I think this makes a great sort of generic gift. It's thoughtful. This is one of those mosquito repellents, a Thermacell mosquito repellents. I think you set it on fire. It's like a lantern thing, but it keeps mosquitoes away around a certain perimeter. I actually got it from the Cub Scout leader that was running our day camp, who actually works at the Thermacell factory here in Georgia. And he gave one to all of the leaders. I thought that was a cool gift. What a great idea.
Very cool.
Probably just something he had and was able to give, but I thought it was actually really, I thought it was a really cool idea. Okay, who's next? Who would like to go? Scott, you got anything over there?
I was gonna say, I guess I'm up, huh? So this is my favorite type of.
Yes.
Some Camp Rainey Mountain merch, maybe, or
So
every leader needs a hat.
And I should have put up the slide about our Camp Rainey Mountain online store. Maybe I'll drop a link to it down in the comments in both on the YouTube and the Facebook page. stuff that scouts need.
Mhm.
And I always think about things that, of course, I have a huge hat collection. I did one of these
Mhm.
posts on my Instagram years ago, like the only kind of hats that I own are scout hats.
Mhm.
Like this is my 1993 neon beaver shark, and this is like one of the few non-scout hats that I own. I wore that one yesterday to the game. Um, and then I got this one. It doesn't seem like a scout hat. It's not. It's a gladiator's hat, but I got it as a gift for being the leader that goes to Scout Night with the Gladiators, which we're going to talk about in giving the gift of
Good
adventure.
event.
But so
Fantastic.
anyway, a hat is a great gift.
Most
But
of ours are all worn out anyway. I was
yes,
showing Phil,
absolutely.
mine's got some wear, so I gotta get up to the Rainey Mountain store and get another one here.
Well, so I think last year we thought in segments like what kind of gifts do we like to give? So those are the gifts that you can buy, but what about gifts that you make, right? So I
Mhm.
did have one show and tell gift here. And I wanted to
Okay.
show you. It's a little heavy. I got to reach across the aisle, and I hope things don't fall when I do. This is, I got this whole setup here. This is just indicative of my
The suspense is killing me.
existence here.
I
Well,
know.
it's actually I use it. So this is
Oh, yes.
one.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of timely that I'm showing this one off, though, right, Phil? Um,
Yep.
do you know where this one got made?
I would guess I got made down at Gold Rush at Camp Rainy Mountain.
Yes, that. Speaking of, coming back this summer at beautiful Camp Rainy Mountain, one of the highlight older scout programs, Gold Rush, is making a return. But that was made for me and given to me by one of the scouts that took part in the Gold Rush program. I'm a creator and a maker. I have a wood shop here. I make a lot of gifts as well. But I showed off the cutting boards last year. I've got plenty of cutting boards, by the way. If people would like to peruse the selection, but I really just wanted to show something that wasn't from the wood shop this year uh, on the gift guide. What about things that you need,
There it
um,
is.
or just don't replace. So, one of the recommendations I think from the fire department is to replace your batteries or your smoke detectors every year at
Hmm.
Christmas and 4th of July. Make sure that the batteries are fresh. This is kind of one of those reminders too. You got to replace your first aid kit every year. You can't just put a few more band-aids in the box. You actually got to get a new one because some of this stuff in your first aid kit may be expired. So it's a good time to do that stuff that you need. It's like when your mom buys you a package of underwear for Christmas. It's just got to be one of the things on the list, right? And in an effort to be prepared. Those are all my show and tell ideas. You guys have any others that you want to share over there?
That's great. All great
Yeah.
ideas.
Especially
So
for Cubs, those 6 essentials. I mean, those are things that
Mhm.
they're starting to pick up. And I think I saw on Facebook somebody's got a headlamp. I mean, it's kind of hard to operate in the dark. There it is. Yeah, Brad. There you
yes,
go.
on the less expensive side. Yeah, last year in our segment we did the whole segment that was stocking stuffers,
Mhm.
pocket knife. That is
Mhm.
I got my first pocket knife when I was in third grade because back then that's when you earned the whittling chip, right?
Whitney.
So
Mhm.
Yep.
we got our very first pocket knife that year in the stocking. Along with that, a headlamp or a small flashlight. We always need them. They're so inexpensive and just a great, thoughtful gift for a scout to add to this stocking stuffer or small gift. So he says a headlamp is a good gift for a new scout if they don't have one. Thank you.
Mhm.
Drop other ideas down in the comments as the show goes on, and we're going to continue on in this year's edition of the gift giving guide. We may have additions to this later as well, but that's as that I think that's as much as we have to show
Mhm.
directly at the moment. But on this year's gift guide, if you've got any others though, we have till the end of the show. Throughout the show, though, of course, in our segments we have a training and safety moment. So, speaking of which, since I mentioned was this part of it, Phil, the first aid kit?
Yeah, that was the safety moment I was going to talk about as it slowly pulls up on my phone here. That you really have to be paying attention for your first aid kits. They should be present wherever you're doing activities. That need to be in places like your car, your home, your meeting location, and with your outdoor equipment when you go out to the woods and go camping. It's one of those essentials that scouts need to have for hiking, and keeping one in your day pack is an easy way to ensure that you're prepared on the trail. The contents of this kit can be having a kit that's suited for the number of participants and the time that you're going to be gone is really important. You're going to have that small first aid kit Daniel showed might be good if your patrol is going camping, but probably wouldn't work if your entire troop of 50 plus people would. So it depends on what you're doing. Are you going
Right.
backpacking out to the woods? Are you going to Scoutland or Camp Rainey Mountain where there's a med lodge right there? So it's going to depend on where you're going as well. You can get your first aid kit at any reputable store. We have some supplies at the local scout offices or at our summer camps. That could be a great spot to get it. Checking out Amazon as well. There's lots of great places to look and get it. And again, you might need to do a shakedown ahead of time and plan out what you might want to prepare to put in there. So, for example, you might want to have moleskin if you're going hiking. Uh, you can build your own kit or buy one from a store. There's lots of good opportunities, but like Daniel mentioned earlier, make sure you're checking that at least once a year. You probably need to restock or maybe get a new one. It's always
Yes.
time to pay attention for your first aid kits.
Perfect. Thank you for that. And of course, each and every month we'll have a safety moment featuring something but just kind of doesn't go without saying. You got to have safety on the brain as we get out on the big adventure. Hoping that helps you to be prepared for your next big adventure. You know what? I just reached across and realized I had one more thing that I forgot to
Ooh,
show off here
bonus
as
prize.
as one of the gift giving guides. But this is I'm going to show you this right here. See if you can even like just guess what it is. It's just looks pretty.
Ooh,
Is
is that a
that a
battery pack?
portable battery pack? Yeah, that's what I
It
was
is,
thinking.
yes. It is a portable battery pack. This is like I think the $7 one at Walmart or whatever. I own like 4 or 5 of these. I never. There's unending uses for it in the traveling world and especially in the camping area. Blair got it back a battery pack. He also mentioned Blair also mentioned rain gear like this synthetic jacket or poncho. Be
Mhm.
prepared. Very good. Yes. I think in last year's gift guide I showed off um, my Marmot Precip jacket, which I think is a great price point jacket. I've had this one for 5 or 6 years, but obviously the membrane on the outside wears out, so you got to replace that every few years or so. But
Mhm.
the most perfect price point, and it's the only outer jacket that I wear. I wear when it's cold, I wear a down sweater jacket underneath it. But I use my rain jacket as my shell. And so those are the outer two layers when I'm on the trail because they're really light. I don't wear a big heavy jacket is I guess why I was saying that. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
um, anyway, so okay, lots of great ideas, and I'll probably keep thinking of more as we go along. But there's not just stuff to give out, by the way. There is the gift of adventure. Let's see what Jennifer is saying. I'm on the lookout for the blow up mattresses that are sleeping bag size. So, back in the old days when I first started leading campouts, it was just like a pool raft.
Mhm.
Which is actually I thought, why is that lady bringing a pool raft in her tent? And then I just thought, wow, what a great but it actually turned into like outdoor manufacturers saw people doing that and took that idea and developed sleeping bag size mattresses that go in. So I really do wish I had brought my camp box in here. Um, my mattress is my mattress is a 3/4 mattress, which is like for small people or mini, you know, not quite all the way adult size people. But I really use that because it's smaller and lighter. um, and it is a mattress that only goes, head all the way down to 3/4 of the way, just making it lighter and easier. It's the smallest air mattress I've ever had or carried, but I'll show it off in a future episode. Maybe in the December episode, I'll try to remember to show that one off. But that's that was actually a great idea. Brad mentioned a solar battery pack was a great item for CRM to keep my fan charged in the summer times. He says, by the way, hi from 1111. That's I'm assuming Troop 1111
Yeah.
in Athens. Is that the troop at First Methodist in downtown Athens? I think that's a
No, they're
Troop
not First
1111.
Methodist, but they come up to summer camp every year, and their campsite is Indian Village. That's every
Oh yeah,
summer. That's
okay,
where they
yeah, yeah.
camp.
My brother actually, because he lives in Athens, and it's a handful of years ago, used to help out with Troop 1111. I think so. I don't know if they'll remember him there, but I just remember that's the troop he was helping out with before he had kids. So, well, thank you everybody for participating in the holiday gift guide. And by the way, keep it coming because we got it. We're going to continue on in the show. The show's not over. We're going to talk about giving the gift of adventure. And while we're still in the training segment, I figured, Phil, Phil and Scott. Let's see. Brad reminds me that 1111 is at Princeton
Princeton.
United Methodist Church, Princeton Methodist Church. Okay. Thank you for that. Phil, you guys, let's talk about University of Scouting, all things University of Scouting. What things can we expect? What are some of the new classes that we might not know about? I know one that we got to talk about. Alex, is it Johnston or Johnson? I can't remember. The guy with the beard.
Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson.
Yeah,
Yes.
is doing this fire building class, and he posted in one of the troops that it's almost full.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
like a primitive fire building, and
Uh-huh.
it's actually one that he's kind of an outdoor, like a survivalist expert. That's a popular one to get in because I think a lot of people know him from around like Wood Badge and Talia Chila and all that kind of stuff, and know that he's one of those kind of guys. But this one's going to be interesting. We've never had that class before. So are there any other classes we need to be on the lookout for, Phil?
Yeah, absolutely. We've ramped up our course count. We have nearly 70 classes that we're doing this year at University of Scouting. So there is going to be a lot of awesome opportunities for you guys. On top of that fire building class, we're bringing back for the first time in a couple years Den Chief training. So if you have any of your older scouts that are working with packs or looking to work with packs, that's a really good opportunity for them. A lot of stuff about your older scouts and getting them towards their eagle, helping out with their projects, helping them with their write-ups. A lot of help guides for our scouting leaders out there.
Right.
And
Yes,
a lot of,
that's a great one to highlight for just a second. So
yeah,
helping a scout get to Eagle, and I think I'm not sure if people realize like there does need to be a designated person in your unit that is solely for not just the scoutmaster either. It doesn't need to just be the scoutmaster. Somebody that is focused and dedicated on guiding them on those last few steps because it's a little bit complicated. And there's this tendency a teenager that's really late in the process to get discouraged and then just not do it. Sometimes that person is the person, right, Phil? I mean, we
yeah.
know this because we see it, but
Yeah, and I gotta say, on the Cub Scout side, my favorite new class we're doing with Cub Scouts is how to teach the bicycle adventure to your Cub Scouts. We're
Yep.
gonna
all
have bikes
right.
there. We're gonna show you as a leader how to teach the bike safety and how to do the bicycling adventures that we have in Cub Scouts, and that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, wow, because the bicycle adventure, there's a couple of new elective adventures like that I feel like sometimes people den leaders or folks in the pack at the pack level aren't teaching because they just don't know how, and that's okay.
Yeah,
The like because like at day camp, I really feel like that's one of the places we in Appalachia where we do a big bike thing, and people wait because that there are some real cool expert dads that do it every year that do the bike rodeo.
Yep.
to show kids. Anyway, so but what a great that's a great feature to talk about, though. Scott, any points of interest? You're the dean of one of the of which section again? Remind me.
The general studies. So yeah, so getting Alex on board, I'm really excited about. I'm actually signed up for that class.
Oh, yeah, it's
Um,
you. Okay, good.
I'll be. I'm actually teaching some interfaith courses on how to incorporate interfaith into your scouting units. But there's some really cool stuff out there. You kind of highlighted the Eagle coaching, but the Dutch oven class is back this
Oh
year.
yes.
Oh
Can't miss
gosh,
that.
yes, very
Yeah,
good.
and then we've got a lot of commissioner classes this year. So, what is a unit commissioner, roundtable commissioner, commissioner's tools, things like that. So, all you commissioners out there that don't find something for you in the other sides, come on over. We've got lots of good training for the
I'll
commissioners.
say it's not just for commissioners. If you've been approached or been thinking about or been asked about being a commissioner and just don't know anything about it, that's a great reason to learn about it at University of Scouting.
Yeah.
And maybe
Mhm.
it's not something you're going to do right now, but something that it's just a great thing to learn about when you're thinking about your next steps in the scouting journey. Once being the position you're in right now
Yeah.
kind of finishes, but. A lot of great things going on at University of Scouting. It's not just for seasoned or experienced leaders; it's for new leaders too. But I feel like sometimes that new leaders don't know about it or don't know that they need to go, and they absolutely
Yeah.
do. So I
And
want to.
one final plug in here for University Scout and Daniel for Cub Scout packs. Don't forget, this is also the only opportunity where Pinewood Derby cars go on sale.
Oh yes,
So you can buy a full case of Pinewood Derby cards. It's 48 of them for 35% off the retail price if you bought them individually at one of the Scout stores. You
yes.
have to attend University Scouting and be a participant, but it's the only time it goes on sale. It's a huge discount for your packs.
There's a reason why we do that, by the way. Well, I'll say, first of all, we never give a discount on Pinewood Derby cars, and
Never.
neither do the national office. If you ask them, they think we're crazy. That we never give a discount on Pinewood Derby cars, except for at University of Scouting, which is on December 6th at Osborne Middle School. And here's why: because that is just in time for you to purchase the cars and get a couple moms to gift wrap them and recruit a volunteer Santa Claus to come in and give that as the present at your December pack meeting. And that's how it was done in my pack for years. Uh,
That's how
Yep.
we do it.
so anyway, if that just never occurred to you, I'm sure we said something about it in last year's show too. That's the reason why we do it in December. Even if you don't do, some of you don't do your Pinewood Derby until like February or March even. But regardless, what a great time to give scouts the gift of Pinewood Derby at your
Mhm.
December pack meeting, and you have just enough time to prepare for it because you can get the cars at University of Scouting at a deep, deep discount, which you won't get the very next day. And you can't just show up to get the cars. You got to be a registered participant at the University of Scouting.
Mhm.
Hey,
Yep.
but there's plenty of things to do and plenty of things that you need there. And also, if you're one of those that goes every year, like Rose, I know she was there last year, right? Rose, I thank you. I'm glad for all of our leaders that show up. But this year, I want you to be committed to inviting at least one new person that hasn't been to University of Scouting either in a while or since last year or ever before. Invite a new person to come and
Yeah.
be a part of University of Scouting. You get signed up this week because the discount is going away soon. All right. That is just one part of giving the gift. Anything else on University of Scouting? All things University of Scouting.
Yeah.
Questions about University of Scouting down in the comments right now. Phil, Scott, two of our biggest experts on this year's event. So this is a great time to ask about it. We got nixing that first line there since it's already passed, but we do have some wilderness first aid courses coming up at Scoutland in March, August, and next November. So mark your calendars now. Those fill up. Every troop needs that person, and especially if you're going to a high adventure base this year, you gotta be there. Rose says I invited my son. He's taking the Eagle Project class. Great.
Oh,
That's
awesome.
exactly. There's plenty of other stuff. It's not just for adults. There's plenty of other classes that youth will find interesting in the training components and segments. And so don't be afraid to bring them along and make sure that they're can be a part of it throughout the day. Specifically in the giving guide this year, giving the gift of adventure. Let's take a look at what's next for the Northeast Georgia Council. Obviously, by the way, University of Scouting, Wilderness First Aid. But here's another one: give the gift of gladiators this holiday
Yes.
season. Join us for Scout Night with the Gladiators, and we actually have a holiday version of this year. It's the first time we've done this in a while, but our first game is December 27th, right between Christmas and New Year's on the calendar. Most of you will be out of town. That's okay. But for those of you that aren't and want something to do, maybe just a chance to get out of the house and be a scout for an evening, it'll be a fun Saturday at the hockey rink. And what a fun way to spend the holidays. Give the gift of gladiators by joining us for Scout Night with the Gladiators at Gas South Arena coming up soon, December 27th. Hit that QR code, or I'll leave a link down in the description so you can buy your tickets right now. Maybe some of you are already seeing our Facebook event. And I think we've already sold a handful of tickets. The pack or troop that sells the most will get an on-ice experience exclusive only to them. And the person that gets to choose that group is this guy right here. So have a good showing and let me know that you're registered and signed up and you're bringing a bunch of scouts in uniform. And you'll get an on-ice experience, including presenting the colors. And you get to meet Maximus down on the ice that day, December 27th. Scout Night with the Gladiators. Phil, you've been to this before, right?
Oh, it's a ton of fun. I've been going since I was a kid. I usually go to at least one game every year. And it's a fun atmosphere. The Gladiators do such a good job of putting on a good show. Whether or not the team is good, that doesn't matter. They're going to have your scouts are going to have a
I'm
lot
the
of fun.
same way. In fact, I think we had 3 games that we went to last year. There's going to be 3 games again this year, but there were 3 games, and I don't, and they were doing pretty well that this past season. But I don't think they won any of the games that the Scouts went to. But we just had a blast. We had a great time. The Gladiators, the Atlanta Gladiators at Gas South Arena is probably one of my favorite fan experiences. I go to a lot of sports things. Just really family friendly,
Mhm.
a great environment for the Scouts. We usually go on Star Wars night. We opted not to do that because we've done that like 2 or 3 times. In the past couple of years. We may rotate back to that again next year, but this year we're off of that. And I don't know what the theme nights are actually for any of the ones upcoming. December 26th, January 18th, and one in late March is our Camp Rainey Mountain Alumni Association a gathering is the March game, but really open to all scouts in uniform. Scout Night with the Gladiators. If you want to know all the dates, we have 3 games coming up this year. Hit that QR code or visit us on the web at nega-bsa.org for Scout Night with the Gladiators. Scott, have you been to Scout Night with the Gladiators before?
Yeah, it's been a little while, but it is
you need to
always.
go. Yeah, you need to go to this game.
I tend to go to the Gwinnett Stripers a lot because I got some baseball
Hey,
players.
those are fun too. So both of our teams, both of our Gwinnett teams,
Mhm.
um, just really great fan experiences, great guys that help us out with those. The staff at both of them, Gladiators and Stripers, have just been stellar. I just love supporting our local teams with the Scouts in uniform
Mhm.
at all of those. So we're going to have 3 games for the Gladiators. We're going to have 2 games for the Stripers. We're going to mention both of those in links in the description on the YouTube channel for this episode, actually. And so you'll see both of those in this month's episode and next month's episode for that matter. But also, when you purchase tickets through our exclusive link, you get put in our exclusive section. You get a collector's patch when you go to the Scout Night with the Gladiators and Scout Night with the Stripers, by the way. But this was this past year's Stripers patch. Actually, I was trying to show the Gladiators patch, and I don't know what I did with it. But a couple of you will get other small gifts when you go, like this hockey puck that some of the kids got at the last game. But man, they just have like so much fun stuff going on at the hockey game too at the arena. If you stay for the whole game, or even if you don't, but hope you'll join us over the holidays this season. Give the gift of Gladiators this holiday season with Scout Night with the Gladiators. Thanks for putting up with my shameless plug there. Anyway, and then that takes us to the real big adventure. Phil, tell us about all the things we have to look forward to at beautiful Camp Rainey Mountain this summer upcoming.
Yeah, I mean, it is spaces are filling up fast. There is a ton of great opportunities we have coming up this summer. Nearly 80 merit badges, whitewater rafting, high adventure opportunities for your kids. A really good first year camper program for your youngest scouts. Brand new trade skill center, new addition to it coming soon. We have over 1,600 scouts already registered. The month of June is starting to fill up quick, so get your time in. Actually, as we were sitting here on this call, a troop signed up for summer camp, so it is flying by. People are signing up
Wow,
like crazy.
that's great. Yeah, so Camp Rainey Mountain, one of the most popular summer camps in all of North Georgia, and the best home for your summer camp experience is right here. If you're joining us from the Northeast Georgia Council, or really anywhere around the world, as we're broadcasting live on YouTube and Facebook right now, we'll never give up an opportunity to talk about Camp Rainey Mountain and all the things going on. This picture here that you see is, this is, I think, at one of the morning formations here during week 4, I think. This is at the Eagles 3 cooking shelter. How would you describe this classroom here, the Eagles 3 kitchen, Phil?
Yeah, this is an awesome environment for scouts to work on the cooking merit badge. You can see their dishes and right there in front of you. I mean, there's no better spot to take that class. There's a good viewing area for the instructor to show them the skills and
There's
different the
no
scouts.
there's no camp in America that has a facility like this. It's a state of the
Yep.
art kitchen, and you can see the stadium seats behind, because they'll have an audience.
Yeah.
It's actually where the scouts sit, and they have these drop down mirrors that show that magnify what's going on the stove or on the prep area as the instructor's cooking it. They use they to the I guess to the right of those students there is the new Dutch oven section. I guess the Dutch oven pits where they
Hmm.
can do charcoal fire and Dutch oven cooking, um, and hand washing and dishwashing stations directly behind this photographer, ovens and stoves for each class element, and the ability to finish the cooking merit badge right there at camp is quite a treat, but also just in a quality way. A first class facility, the Eagles 3 Kitchen, which opened 6 or 7 years ago, but this it's still just a great facility, and it's improving every year. So
Yeah.
let's take a look here. That is Caroline in the welding. Is she in the welding class right here?
I don't think they're seeing the picture. I think they're seeing us
Oh,
right now.
yeah. Let me go back to the see.
There we go.
It's a
Yeah.
stumble through. Sorry.
Yeah. No, this is our brand new trade skills facility right here with Caroline Davis. Take something fun home with them. They loved it.
So, and I'm only showing the welding side of it. I took a ton of pictures while I was there.
Yeah.
The automotive section, very
Top notch.
impressive. And actually, we're expanding that for next year to add a real car, or I guess a
Hmm.
part of a full automobile.
Yeah.
um, Another highlight about taking your troop to Camp Rainey Mountain is the hands-on experience which is like none other. This is in the first year camper program. Our signature first year camper program is called the New Trail, sometimes affectionately referred to as TNT. But on the New Trail, scouts can start at the point that they're starting at, right? So if you're already a second class scout but needing to get to first class, or maybe you joined earlier in the year at your crossover in February, you don't need to do the whole day at the New Trail. You can just do part of it, get only the stuff that you need. That they have real hands-on experience. We probably devote a lot of staff resources to this section alone. Our very best scouts work here on the New Trail, and that's how you know they're going to get the experience that encourages them to stay with scouting. And complete that full transition. Summer camp really is the final completion point of the transition from Cub Scouts to Scouts BSA, and getting those scouts to summer camp in their first year, right after they cross over, is actually, in my opinion, one of the most important things that a troop can do. So that's just one picture, but that I had to add. Peter asked, which car? Do you have one that you'd like to donate?
Volkswagen, right?
I think the build out is to have the car, and I don't know that we've decided.
Yeah, I think some of our friends from South Carolina are working on getting us a car to put in that new area, so it'll be great.
So that'll be kind of cool. But just to feature a whole car in the automotive section and automotive maintenance will be super cool. You talked about high adventure, Phil. Kind of expand on the older scout programs that we can expect to be featured this year upcoming, and maybe maybe a teaser of some of the things that we can expect in the years to come.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got our climbing tower right here where scouts can work on the climbing merit badge. And on Thursdays during our free range Thursday, they have the opportunity of climbing out on Mount Yonah, which is a ton of fun for them to do. So if your scouts like to try new things and climb all the way to the top there of that 40-foot tower, it's a really fun experience. We've also got a cope course that's been fully refurbished over the last couple of years. Really good team building activities for the scouts to work on, and it ends with a huge zip line that they get to go down at the end of the week, which is always a highlight for them. So our high adventure opportunities on top of our whitewater rafting program. Thursday, scouts can go with their troop and go whitewater rafting, or if they're a little more adventurous, they can spend the entire week whitewater kayaking, and they get to go down different rivers over the course of the whole week. So if you have any scouts that are adventurous, love the water, and maybe want to go try kayaking, it's a really cool opportunity. One of our most popular programs that we offer.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Yes. So many great things to look forward to in the high adventure realm. Peter says no spares. I think he means that he doesn't have another car to spare at the moment.
Too bad.
He says, I ask, as some need computers or they can't fix them. Go, oh, you know what? That's a great thing to point out.
Yeah.
I hope that we go in a direction of like the mechanical, because I think that we take for granted, especially younger car enthusiasts, the mechanical aspects of how a car really works and how to troubleshoot and fix cars in that way. My dad was kind of a classical guy like that. That's what he taught us on all old school stuff, and sort of would mumble and grumble about the computerization of cars. I guess we
Yeah.
need to learn that too, to be honest with you. But that might be, who knows, Peter.
Yep.
But good, I guess a good thing to point out. I'm sure those guys are thinking about that. Here's a picture from the top of the Stewart Amphitheater, which maxes out at just over 1,000 scouts. I don't think there's that many sitting here during this campfire, but just what a beautiful view of the three-sided valley and a campfire right at the sunset or twilight hour at Camp Rainey Mountain. You'll get views like this all week long. Here is one of our scouts flying through the air, if you can see that on the screen really well.
Bob right there. It doesn't get much better than that. being able to fly in the air as somebody launches you into the water. It's a really good way to cool off.
That is, I believe that's Mason Edwards flying through the air there.
I think so.
Not an exceptionally large child, but it still takes a pretty large person to launch him that far.
Yeah.
And I happened to be down on the out dock to, um, to snap that picture. So there he is flying through the air. He was. Um, Here's our guys in the Kineo 158s down on the waterfront. Canoes. Just the aquatic section, very first class facility out on beautiful Lake Toccoa, right in the heart of the valley. Lots of aquatics opportunities while you're at Camp Rainey Mountain. Here's some guys doing a skit at the campfire. I think this is one of our Texas troops um, during week 5. I put a picture of Gold Rush up there to talk about Gold Rush later, but I really just want to talk about summer camp. Because as it gets colder, it just makes me feel warmer on the inside. Talking about summer camp. Scott, fond memories of Camp Rainey Mountain and summer camp with us?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I definitely don't remember when Daniel was a camp director while I was a scout. So
Thank you for making me feel old, by the way.
no, Camp Rainey Mountain is always home. I remember we were the first troop to stay in Upper Bridges when that time
Yes.
up. So
Yeah.
Oh, you're dating yourself there. That's
I know.
the campsite. It still feels new to me, by the way, but it's I guess as they say, older than you think. So, yep, what a great gift idea. That doesn't go without saying. The gift of summer camp at beautiful Camp Rainey Mountain, our home for summer camp in the Northeast Georgia Council, and such one of the most beautiful places on earth. We hope you'll join us this summer for summer camp at Camp Rainey Mountain. Hit that QR code or follow the links to find us. We're going to have that link in the description on our YouTube page as well. And you're going to see a lot more on our YouTube channel, videos upcoming, testimonials, more people launching off of the blob, more belly flop competition videos. We got a lot more in store in the upcoming year, so stay tuned and stay with us as we put out more of these videos. If you like this video, I hope you'll hit that like and subscribe button. But that's just about all of our show for today, you guys.
That's awesome.
It's
Another
a
great
pretty good
show.
Usually one of our most popular shows of the year because of the holiday gift guide. And I want to thank all of our viewers. Any other last minute comments that you'd like to throw up? Live stream is a live stream broadcast of the Northeast Georgia Council right here, brought to you by the Popcorn Sellers of the Northeast Georgia Council and by yours truly, the three of us. We sort of just put these on, hoping that we'll finish within about an hour. We went a little overtime today because we had a lot to talk about the holiday gift guide. But hey, guys, it's the holidays are here before you know it. Any parting words for this month's show before we go? Either holiday gift giving or what did you think of the new format here? We're in EV Mux, I think it's called. EV
Yeah,
is the new.
I think it went great. Another great show. Thank you, Scott, and thank you, Daniel, for putting it all together.
Man, thank you guys for bearing with me on the technology side of it. Yeah, we love doing this broadcast show, and I hope that we'll continue to do it, and you'll continue to join us. Hey, parting words, drop them down in the comments if we didn't get your shout out in. But that's the end of our show, and we want to say thank you for joining us. Thanks, and we'll see you at camp here on behalf of all the scouts in the Northeast Georgia Council. If you enjoyed this program, be sure to like and subscribe and check